All right, Shalom, Akim, High Spirit Wind, Judah, of the GMS Mississippi Camp. Giving our honor and glory to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, by Hashem Hawashai, by Hashem Kahakodash. Also giving double honors to our apostles of Great Millstone, rule well. And I want to say peace and blessings to the house of David, the elect. All right, this is Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. It says, "Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee." Okay? And why am I bringing this up? If you think about the attitudes and the lack of respect that you receive from Eve as an Israelite man, all right, starting with the Southern Kingdom, okay? So-called Negroes, West Indians and Haitians, man. All right, ultimately starting with the Negroes. You look at the way you are received by Eve, man, and in Babylon, the so-called black woman's and Hispanic woman's perception towards the Israelite man, mainly the Israelite man, and overall, the woman's mindset towards man in the Western Hemisphere in general, all right? And what you've noticed was a phenomenon that happened the past 50, 60 years where the man has been devalued, man. All right. Now, the key word in devalue is value. All right. The Israelite man has had his value taken from him. All right. Now, if you go back to Genesis, the 3rd chapter, and the 16th verse, where it says, "Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children." That's another thing, man. A woman's goal and her duty was to bring forth children, man. Bring forth offspring, okay? Not to get a career, not to become some nurse or whatever, or some prosecutor. You know, Eve's real big on that, man. She's really big on becoming a prosecutor, man. Okay? But no, a woman's life goal, her life purpose was to bear offspring. All right? And thy desire should be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Okay? So you have to ask yourself, why doesn't the average Israelite woman care about the Israelite man? Why doesn't she value the Israelite man? Why isn't the man valued today? Okay? It's because A, she can easily get taken care of by the government, or B, she can go out and work for Esau, man. All right? A woman's livelihood was a man. Okay? All right? A woman's livelihood was the man. All right? Let me see if I can pull it up right quick. I'm going off the spirit. All right, 1 Timothy 5:14. "I will therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guard the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully." All right, but you know, in this day and age, it's almost a bad thing for a woman to give birth before she has a career, man. But her giving birth was part of her career, man. A woman has an inherent genetic career already wired in her, and that's to become a mother, a nurturer, a nurse. All right, someone who nourishes offspring, man. All right, she's supposed to nourish. All right, and you hard, callous women are not nourishers. But I'm not here to just vent on women. I'm here to edify. Okay. And the reason why the Israelite woman doesn't have a desire towards you, the reason why she doesn't cleave unto you is ultimately it's because she doesn't need you, man. You will never fix the Israelite woman. You will never curse her out to the point where she understands what you're saying, and she doesn't care if you can read the Bible. She doesn't care about any of those things, man. The reason why the Israelite woman doesn't care about you, or you're not inside of her mind, you're not a part of her life goals, is because she doesn't need you for her existence. All right, she doesn't need you for her survival. All right. When a woman said back in the day, "I got a man," or "I got to go see about my man," that word "man" had weight to it. All right. It wasn't just a guy that was laying around the house. That word had power attached to it, because that man was responsible for keeping a roof over her head. That man was responsible for her protection. All right. When a woman may have been young, the women around her, they may have been grooming her to say, girl, you better watch your mouth. You will never get a man like that. You will never get a man with an attitude like that. I believe that was something that they said maybe in the early 20th century. Girl, you never keep yourself up. You'll never get you a man. You know, you never you never do your hair. You'll never get you a man. So a woman's life goal was to get a man, not a career. Her career was motherhood. A woman's so-called God-given career is motherhood, man. 1 Timothy 5:14. I will therefore that the younger women marry, bear children, guide the house, give none occasion to the adversary to speak reproachfully. Okay? And from there, I'm going to get Isaiah 32, all right? And starting in verse 9. See, that's once again, in Deuteronomy 28, it says, well, she have an evil eye towards the husband of her bosom, man. All right. So the black woman, she basically resents the Israelite man. The so-called black woman resents the Israelite man. Hence the attitude, man. Respect is a sign of power. If no one respects you, that's indicative that you have no power. All right. Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughters. Give ear to my speech. All right. And the freedoms and the liberty the Israelite woman has in America has made her careless. She's careless towards having sex and who she has sex with, because if she does get pregnant, guess what? She could get an abortion, or she could be on birth control to prevent pregnancy, man. She has a safety net for being a whore. Okay? Give ear to my speech. Many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless daughters, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Yeah, your food supply is going to fail, because pretty soon the food stamps is going to be cut. All right. See, the Israelite man has been replaced by a surrogate father called the state, all right, or the government, called EBT, called public housing, man, called welfare, a voucher, called WIC. It's a surrogate father, man. But when that surrogate father gets cut off, then you're going to see the power of a man come back to his position, man. The word man has power to it, man. When a woman said, I have a man, they used to talk like that back in the day. I got a man, all right? She has a power source in her house, man. All right? She's, verse 11. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. In a time of Jacob's trouble, a woman is going to need survival, man. All right? And now the way you know that men have been devalued, because the average Israelite woman doesn't say, oh, I have a man. She refers to her man as what? Her nigga. Now, we were closer to slavery 60, 70 years ago than we are now. Why is it the man has been degenerated from a man to a nigga, man? Okay? He's been devalued, okay? Because we have been devalued because simply the woman doesn't need us for her survival, okay? Verse 12, they shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine, okay? But the point is, man, the liberty of this society and the convenience of this society, nobody has to hunt, fish, or farm for food. You don't have to have a man to build a house. You don't need a man for your survival directly. So you feel that you don't need a man. A man has been devalued to basically sex. And you have devalued them into different options for sex, which made you an imperious whore, man. You are a whore with the queen mindset, man. All right? But don't worry, brothers. The Israelite woman is going to be humble. And speaking of humble, let's get that word for humble, okay? This is the verb humble. It says to destroy the power independence or prestige of, to destroy the power. So how is the Israelite woman going to be humbled? Because the Most High is going to destroy her power. And he's going to destroy her power by cutting off her power source. What's a power source? This grid, this matrix, this system set in place so a woman can provide for herself without the use of a husband. She could be protected without a husband through the police system, man. And it said to destroy the power, the independence or prestige of, man. To destroy the power, independence. So how do you take someone's power? By taking their independence, man. See, the reason why the Israelite woman doesn't want to submit to you, because that's going to take her power, which it took her independence. It's going to take her independence, which means it's going to take that power that she has over herself. She doesn't want you to have power over her. She wants to have power over her. She don't want you, the so-called black man, to guide her and put a system in the household that she has to follow. She doesn't want that, and to be reinforced by you. The same reason why she doesn't want, a so-called black Yahweh shop, man. She doesn't want you to be her leader, okay? All right, going back to the verb humble, to destroy the power, independence of, man. So the Most High is going to take the Israelite woman's power from her by taking her independence. And basically means you're not dependent of who? You're not dependent of the Israelite man for your survival, for your existence. But the Most High is going to take that system, all right, that took the Israelite man out the household, that took your dependence on him, man. Okay? He's going to take that system that took his power from him, man. And we're going to get that power back, man. It's that simple. Because, Jake read the scriptures and Jake know the scriptures, but Jake still get frustrated with the dealings with women, because a woman she literally doesn't need you, man. But that's all about the change. This is Isaiah 4:1. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. All right. Only let us be called by thy name. All right. Like in marriage. All right. She gets your last name, but she's coming into your power, coming into your authority, man. She loses her father's last name for your last name, right? She's under your estate now, man. All right. And we're going to get that back, man. All right. But right now, the Israelite woman has not been humbled, which is why she's proud. And she's proud because she has power. And that power gave her the ability to have her independence. Independence of who? You. She doesn't need to be under you for her survival. But that's all about the change, man. I'm not going to prolong this lesson. Hope you brothers are edified. Once again, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kodash, double honors to our apostles, great millstone, rule well. Peace and blessings to the house of David, the elect. To the next time, Shalom.